Today I'm going to be going over my top 10 for Melodifestivalen 2022. In 10th place we have Lisa Muskowski. Now this song has a great atmosphere and it actually kind of reminds me of a song from the 2000s, but it works and it is really nice to listen to. It is definitely one of those more soothing songs and I do like a lot about it. I think that the staging really sells just the atmosphere of the song. One thing I do like is the subway in the background. I'm a little bit confused as to why the subway, specifically the New York City subway, is in the background, but it does work for me. I think it definitely adds to the atmosphere of the song. It is kind of funny to see New York in Sweden, but it is still cool to see. And I also like the little light. There's kind of like a set light or a stage light right next to them as they're performing. And I think that's kind of cool. It kind of makes it feel like we're in a sort of studio or we're like on set somewhere. That's kind of the vibe I got, and I think that just added to this sort of like artsy-ish type of atmosphere. Besides that, I think the song is really great. I think the song is really nice and pleasant to listen to. I don't really have any big critiques for it. I just like some of the other songs on this list a bit better. So I'm going to give this song a 9 out of 10. And keep in mind, there will be a lot of 9s out of 10s on this list, just because all the songs here I think are really good, and there's only minor nitpicks that I have for each of them, so none of them are actually bad at all. I like all of these songs. Without further ado, we're going to move on to my number 9 spot, which is Katsi Appeia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So this song, I did not expect to like as much as I actually did. When I first saw this song, when I just like saw this thumbnail and when I just kind of saw the visuals of it, I was like, okay, this is going to be like a really cheesy song, and I was pleasantly surprised. This song has some really great vocals, for one. I think her voice is totally on point throughout the entire performance. I also like the visuals, the background visuals. I think they're perfect, and I think they really elevate the staging, they really elevate this performance. And I also like the background dancers and the way that they're utilized in the performance. There's a great part where they're just clapping, right by the singer's face, and like that was really cool, a really cool shot there. Really great stuff, like really great camera work on this. Just all around a good time. I'm not sure if I'm like a big fan of this type of music necessarily. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of how bright and colorful all the staging is. It seems a bit childish, but it worked in this song. Even though it wasn't like my favorite thing, it still worked for the song and for the performance, and I really like that. And overall, this was just a really enjoyable song. I really can't get enough of this song. It's just a lot of fun, and I think it definitely will grow on me with more listens. Right now, it's in my number 9 just because I like some of the other songs just a little bit better, but I do give this song a 9 out of 10. I think it is really great, and I do think it will grow on me. I also have done some research into the artist. Apparently, she's written songs for K-pop bands and is a very established and talented songwriter, and I think it shows here. I think she clearly shows off her musical talent in this performance. With this song too, the lyrics are obviously like very pop generic, but they work and they are pretty good. So for that, 9 out of 10. I really like this song and I definitely think it will grow on me. And with that, we're going to move on to my number 8 spot on this list. This song, for one thing, has great vocals, and I really like the use of simple staging. The staging isn't all in your face. It's pretty subtle. You have some like visuals in the background, some horses or some dark stuff in the background, and I like that. I like the kind of black and white vibes of the background. It's very simple and isn't totally in your face. And I think a lot of attention in this performance is brought to the artist and her vocals. I think her vocals are really great. The only downside I think that this song has, which is hardly even a downside, is that the lyrics are okay. They're not spectacular, but they're not bad either. Like, the lyrics didn't totally blow me away, but overall, I think the song in this performance is very professional, so I do give it a lot of points for just how well put together it is, as well as just the singer's stage presence, because even though she's the only person on stage, she steals the show, and I really respect that, and I think that makes this song and this performance deserving of a 9 out of 10. So with that, we're going to move on to my number 7 spot on this list. Now, this is a song that I see, for whatever reason, really high in the odds, and I'm not sure why that is. If someone could explain that to me in the comments, please let me know. But when I heard this song, I was a bit underwhelmed, maybe because I had my expectations set so high, just because he is so high in the odds. Has some really nice vocals, he has some really great visuals. I like a lot about this song and this performance, but the thing is, the song, it seems a little bit dated. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's something that I'm missing here, but the song overall isn't really my cup of tea. It doesn't mean it's a bad song, and I think the performance and the vocals really make up for that. However, the song itself just kind of reminds me, and not so much in a good way, of Bigger Than Us, which was UK's song in 2019, which I believe got almost last place. And that song I also thought was a bit generic and kind of like, cheesy. This song is okay. It doesn't have the same issues that Bigger Than Us does, but for whatever reason, maybe it is because of that correlation I have with this song and Bigger Than Us, that I just don't like it as much as some of the others. But I do think this is a very good song, and I can see it as a contender for the win. For me, it just isn't my personal cup of tea, but I still respect that this is a very good song and that the singer has done a great job with his performance and his live vocals. So I will give this song a 9 out of 10, and I do think that it has time to grow on me, and I'm looking forward to seeing it in the final. So with that, we're going to move on to a really great and soulful song. The song is really captivating and really interesting and just really has so much power and energy in it, and I really appreciate that and I really love that. And I also do like quite a bit of gospel music. I'm not really like a huge fan of gospel, but I think like certain elements of it I do like. Kind of like the Mamas from 2020, they had that kind of soulful gospel music that I really like. This song has that. The only downside is just that it's a bit slow at first, but the song really picks up when those backup singers come in, and I just loved the performance so much after that. I think it was like an 8.5 out of 10 in the beginning. Then once those backup dancers came on stage, it went up like close to a 10 out of 10 for me. So I love this song a lot. Overall, I think with the overall package, with the great vocals, with the great staging, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It still has time to grow on me. Again, this list is very much subject to change. This is not set in stone. This can totally change as we get closer to the final. But overall, I really like Faith Kakembo. I think she's done a great job. And yeah, overall 9 out of 10, great work. And we're gonna move on to my number 5 spot, which is, now this is a bop of a song. I like this song a lot. It is so much fun to listen to. Again, I'm pretty sure this is not gonna surprise anybody, but my only and my main criticism of this song is that it's a little bit generic. I think you definitely kind of guessed that I was gonna say that. The song is a bit generic. I do feel like I've heard stuff like this before, but Robert Benson's performance, his stage presence, his vocals, the lighting, just everything about this all around just makes up for that for me. Like, I love this performance. This man's stage presence is gold. He has such great stage presence. He really just held my attention the entire performance, and I just love this. The energy in this song is so good and so interesting. And I also like the use of lighting in this song. There's different lights going around. There's like a lot of really cool staging moments where he's like on the floor, singing on the floor. I like this song a lot, and I think that all of that makes up for the kind of generic pop vibes of the song. Like, I think this is a bop, and I like this a lot, but just because it is a bit generic, I'm not going to give it like a 9.5 or a 10. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. But overall, great package, great work, and I'm really excited to see what Robert Benson does, not only in Melodifestivalen, but also in his career, because I remember him back in 2017, and he really delivered. So I feel like this is an artist that I definitely will be following after Eurovision, and yeah, just really excited to see what he does next. So with that, we're going to move on to my number 4 spot on this list, and that is... Now, Liama has done a fantastic job with this song. One thing I really like about it, besides the great EDM beat and the great LED effects in the background, is the chorus. The chorus is very smooth and a bit soft, and just the way he's able to execute that on stage is just really impressive to me. This song is maybe a little bit generic. I kind of can draw some parallels to a song like Lights Off, just in that it's, you know, very EDM, but this is very creative and very unique. Of course, I love the LED effects in the background. I think they're really creative and they really add to this performance. And I also just like the singer's stage presence. He's the only guy on that stage, but he owns it. And the lighting also does help with that because it's very dark in the background. The singer is well lit. A lot of things about the staging really elevate the song a lot. The song itself, even without the staging, is fantastic. I think it's a lot of fun. It kind of reminds me just a little bit of Andrew Lembro's song from Australia Decides, and that was great. Like, I love that song. This is similar to that. Maybe I'm comparing them because of the sort of EDM stuff, but I like the song a lot. I like the electric sounds, and I think that it is a very strong contender for the win. This is one of my favorite songs, and I think that the singer's stage presence, as well as his charisma and just everything about this live and his live vocals, just makes this a 9.5 out of 10 for me, and I'm really excited to see this in the final. This isn't exactly my winner, but I do like the song a lot, and I think it does have potential and could do well in Eurovision if it goes. With that, we're going to move on to my top 3. Now, my top 3, they're very close for me. I love all of these songs, but of course one does edge out above the rest, but we'll get to that in a minute. So with that, let's start with number 3. Medina has a really great and a really unique song. There's a lot of different ethnic elements in this that I think really make it stand out in Melodifestivalen this year, and just really a great addition to the diversity of Eurovision this year, if it goes. I like the fire, I like the LED effects, I like the dancers. I think the dancers, they make really great use of their backup dancers in this song. I love that the way they're like doing the tango in the background and they're like doing all this stuff. I also, of course, love the vocals. I love the song itself. I think just the studio track in itself is fantastic, but seeing it live on stage elevates it that much more. And I think the song can do really well in Turin. Like, this will be a standout song if it goes to Eurovision, and I can definitely see it in top 10. So I give Medina's song a 9.5 out of 10. With that, we're going to move on to my number 2 on this list, which is Clara Palmerstrom. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. With the song Run to the Hills. And this is one of the strongest performances I've seen in Melodifestivalen. I like the staging, the powerful vocals, and almost everything about it. I love this so much. I'm not sure if I'm super into the lyrics. They're a little bit generic, but that doesn't really matter so much because overall, Clara has done a fantastic job with his performance, and she is a very strong contender for the win. The song itself is also a bop, and definitely something I can see myself listening to. It's just so much fun, very enjoyable to listen to, and just an all-around good time. So I really wish Clara the best. I really hope that she does well, and if she goes to Eurovision, I will not be complaining because I think this is fantastic and she can do very well in Eurovision. And yeah, overall, just really excited to see what she does in Turin if she goes, and excited to see what she does in the final if she decides to step up some parts of her performance. Overall, very well done. Barely any critiques for this song, just besides maybe the lyrics, but that doesn't really detract too much. So overall, this song song gets a 9.5 out of 10 for me. I love it very much, and we're gonna move on to my number 1. And then my number 1, you may have seen this coming, is Cornelia Jacobs with the song Hold Me Closer. Now this is one of the most heart-wrenching songs I've heard out of this entire national final season, and for a good reason. This song really resonates with me just because of, events in my personal life, which I won't get into, but I love this song very much. I think this is a message that a lot of people can relate to, and a situation that more than a couple of us have been in. So I love it so much, and I also love how she's able to convey a lot of these emotions without feeling forced or hammy. It feels very natural, and you can just feel the pain in her voice. It's incredible. I think she's done a fantastic job with this performance. I think the only thing that would prevent me from giving this a 10 out of 10 is just the staging. I think the staging was fine, but I've heard some people say that the staging could be improved, and I do agree. I think that this song works well with the simple staging we have now. However, I can see room for improvement in this song, so it isn't a perfect 10 out of 10, but it is the song that I resonate with the most out of all of these, and I do connect with it very, very much. So for me, this song is going to get a 9.5 out of 10. It could use a bit of work, but it doesn't really need it. Even without upping the staging, Cornelia is super talented, really knows how to deliver a strong performance, and definitely knows how to pull on your heartstrings. I mean, I got pretty misty-eyed watching this performance. So overall, I love it. I really want this to go to Eurovision. This is definitely my winner for Melodifestivalen this year. I think if it goes to Eurovision, it will definitely be in my top 5, if not my top 3. I love this song. It's super emotional, and I think that this can do really well in Eurovision. So let me know what you guys think down below. I'm really excited to hear what you have to say. Let me know what you think about Melodifestivalen. Who's your favorite? Do you like Cornelia? Do you like Medina? Do you like Liamo? Let me know what you think, and also be sure to like and subscribe to help support this channel. I've noticed that more than 99% of my viewers are not subscribed. I would really appreciate it if you guys could help me out. I really do want to grow this channel and continue doing commentary, and your support goes a long way in helping me do that. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your views, your time, and I will see you all next time. Peace.